Listen, Bob, I'm the best, and if you can't see it, you're an idiot.
And now, from America's Hat,
Do you mind if I say a few words?
Here's that weird-sounding woman again.
it's LAAF podcast guest host,
She was the greatest of them all.
Carla Collins.
I know what you mean, if you know what I mean.
She's
Have they forgotten what a star looks like?
Carlafornia Dreamin.
Yeah, all good. I was just waiting for my funky intro, and Grace was shouting out Creepy Podcast. I just think I'm going to touch on a couple of pop culture things till they get too, old, and then I'm going to do my thing on parties. Parties.
You are kind of a partay girl.
Like them partying in a flowing blouse, Grace, is what I'm trying to do. So people are still talking and watching this. And again, as a good Canadian, I have to do a shout out for Ilya Malinin, the quad god, the 19-year-old U.S. Olympic skater. I'm sure you all saw his skate, have you not? Am I the only one who was into this? Because I couldn't miss his skate.
No, he did it to the Succession soundtrack.
And despite all my daddy issues, I still watched it. I'm like, why is it to Succession? That I don't need that part.
It's very dramatic. And he did what? A sextuple?
He did 6 quads breaking. It was record breaking. And one's called a quad axle that he alone can do. And, he was raised by 2 Russian single figure skaters. I did a deep dive into him.
So the only way that they ever loved him was if he became a champion. We get it.
Maybe.
We'll see him in 20 years.
Let's see 6 squads and maybe you get the car. But he did, and he fell to the ice. It was very dramatic. So people, of course, talking about that. Jeremy Allen White, the Calvin Klein dude from The Bear, who I think looks like a 17th century Florentine, very from another era, Renaissance guy. Because people are saying, well, I don't know if he looks like the boss, but he is scheduled. They're in talks for him to play Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, okay. I could see that.
It's all about Springsteen's 1982 album, Nebraska, which Springsteen recorded in his New Jersey bedroom. It's quite dark. It's years before Born in the USA.
Wow.
So Jeremy is on board to that. And of course, Cowboy Carter with Dolly Parton and Willie Nelson is on it.
I love
it. Some fabulous Miley Cyrus. And so everybody's going crazy over the Beyonce country album. Now we got the whole full album. I heard Jolene on the way over here. In fact, we just had, Texas Hold'em. So that's been, I think I've covered most of the, Unfrosted, the story you've been waiting for. The untold story of the Pop-Tarts War.
Oh.
Which sounds like a bad reality show on Bravo, but
I thought it was like the behind the scenes of the Frozen movies or something. Unfrosted, like Elsa's not so
unplugged.
cute anymore,
Unplugged. It's Jerry Seinfeld wrote, directed, and stars in this. If you're a Seinfeld fan, you're like, where's Jerry been? Melissa McCarthy's in it, Peter Dinklage, Max Greenfield from The Neighborhood and so it's basically Kellogg's and Post were in a race to see who could get Pop-Tarts on the shelf. And if you're a Seinfeld
set
fan,
in 1963, so it's going to have
absolutely.
some vintage fashion and hair. I love that.
Delicious. And it's on Netflix May 3rd. And Seinfeld, if you're a fan, you know that he's all about the breakfast cereal. So that was kind of his thing.
That's cool.
And Jimmy and I have talked about this before on the show, is like when I go to a Hollywood party, and I just want to say this for the record again, is that I feel like Barbie kind of stole my thunder on this, but I had an old bit where when I'm at a party, I would rather a guy whip out his junk than an acoustic guitar.
Same. Same.
I hijacked the party, but guess what happened to me at the
dick
last
is quiet.
one?
The voice,
Exactly.
no.
No one wants to
strumming,
play
no. And it
Depends.
goes on
Some
and
dicks
on.
are quite loud.
It depends on what kind of dick it is. Like if it's like a clip stick that it's going to come out and blacken the room, that you don't want that.
Well,
Or
what
do
kind
I
of
only want
parties are you
that?
going to? Or
It's like, I'm not going to mention names, but a friend sings, so does his ex. And, before they had their spot in the party where they were outside and you could play along.
by the bonfire outside
when she
where you
does
belong with the
Sheryl Crow.
mosquitoes.
But now he's like convinced that he was following me around like a mariachi band member with his guitar when I was going about the party. Just give me, how about a request? And I'm just like, NWA's fuck the police just to mess them up because I know that's not part of his. It's always a white dude. It's always an acoustic guitar, and you cannot now entertain me against my will. I'm very passionate about this because it blew I'm trying to talk to my friend and strumma. What? No.
Well, what does everybody else at the party do? Do they join in or do they like, who brought the dude
It's
with
a
the
divide.
guitar?
Some like their fans are like, yay, do another Eagles song. I'm like, no one wants to hear the Eagles, for God's sakes. So, and the rest of us are like, you're kind of taking over the party and maybe you should stay.
But don't you think
your
if the dick
section.
came out, wouldn't that kind of take over the party too? I'm just asking.
In all good ways,
I mean,
though. I
that's
feel
the
like
trick.
that's like, but
You have to bring like
by
a
the way,
dildo with you, flop that out.
If
boom.
the
Acoustic
dick
guitar
then whips
guy.
out, a guitar.
Oh.
Now I'm seeing like some kind of puppetry of the penis, and now I'm on board. Like it's some kind of
Truly.
Chris Angel
truly.
mind
Then it
freak.
gets arty.
Yeah, that's
I mean, you're in a
cool.
warehouse. It's cool.
Exactly. Just like at one point,
And there's
there
a
were-
weird bed and a sofa over on the side. Then it's all right.
I mean,
And P. Diddy's standing over you.
Oh, okay.
well, because he was
Okay, it's getting
mentoring a
dark.
lot of the guitar playing dicks. That's also going to come out, by the way. Wait till they hear that.
And Donald
So-
Trump's got a Bible for sale.
Now-
Then that's a party.
Again, so instead, when I will tell you what I like, now that I've said, please put your guitars away, what I do love, and I know Grace and I think Jalen are going to be on board. Jimmy, I'm not sure about you. No, not whip out your dick, are when there's a psychic or a tarot reader at a party. Then I'm a line up.
Well, that's quiet. I've actually done it. I've been hired
it's
to
off
do
to
it
the
at
room.
parties.
Yeah.
You're in a little side, like with a table, and you can take as long as you want with the person. You have a tip jar, and you get paid a little rate. It's part of the entertainment.
You're not like chasing people down.
Not
with
at
the
all. You
tarot
just sit there
cards.
looking like with all your jewelry on, and they come to you.
Everybody likes tarot. Reading.
Oh,
Yeah.
love
But the
tarot.
thing is, like, is it? Sometimes I wonder, and I know you ladies know you will know the answer of this, but is it always real, or do you think somebody's like bullshitting you?
I do bullshit a little when I give the readings. Like, yeah. I mean, it's true. There's many levels of psychic ability. I'm like medium. You know, I would
we
not
all
call
have
myself
some.
a psychic because I've had actual psychic readings where I look back 20 years later and I'm like, they told me exactly about Jimmy and like super crazy details and things like that about my life. But yeah, I do a little bullshit, you know? I like a little like, ooh, well, it's water, so it's about your emotions. And, you just say what the cards say. And
It's
then
just a guide,
Generally,
really.
it does actually really reflect with what they're going through. I trust the cards, I guess.
That's funny.
For the whole week?
Yes, sir.
And now,
That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and guess what else?
Today, Junior?
the LAAF podcast presents.
Today!
Is today even a day?
It's become like a Foot Locker uniform for you. Well, I know we're into another segment, but I was going to pull a card from my tarot card.
Yeah, show us that tarot card while we're on video,
We
Carla.
pulled this, and it's the Fluid Druid.
I love it.
So this is Tarot Grigio, and they're comedic tarot
You
cards.
wrote these comedic tarot cards. These are
I invented
epic.
this deck, and so the Fluid Druid corresponds with every traditional tarot card. So can you guess who the Fluid Druid corresponds to?
Is it the magician?
It is. It's the Magician. So that's the manifesting
He's
card.
got a magic wand. She.
And I've got the and one last one I wanted to show you was instead of the Hangman, the Very Well Hung Man.
And he is very well hung.
That's my favorite.
Zoom in on that. So
yeah, these
coming
are
to you
fun.
soon.
Yes.
How exciting that you produced a tarot card and it's all like silly.
They're silly. There's the yoked bloke. They're very diverse, and there's a lot of feminine energy. The new car smell instead of the chariot. So,
I mean, but that's the feeling of the chariot is the new car smell. I love it.
Nothing better than a new car smell. So there you go. We've pulled 2 tarot cards to help your month. I don't know how your month can't go well now.
Yeah, you
know what?
pulled
If it
the
doesn't, it's
magician
on
and
you.
the hummingbird. I mean,
Exactly.
it's magic.
Magical. So today's, we've already mentioned April Fool's Day, of course. That's probably the bigger. Easter Monday. Now, it's not a big deal. It's a bigger deal in Canada.
Easter Monday.
And New
That's
Zealand.
not a thing.
It
that a
is.
thing?
Easter Monday, people have it off in most of the world except for the United States.
And is there anything you do?
You don't go to school or work.
I like that.
And banks aren't open in like Europe, New Zealand, Australia, Canada.
so you get a 3-day weekend. That's great.
4-day because
4.
you get Good Friday.
Oh, I
Yeah, so
didn't
it's
even.
a 4 off.
I literally didn't even realize that it was going to be Easter and completely missed Easter.
It was
I feel
early
like
this
it's
year.
weird that
Because
it's
it
in
seems
March.
like it seems like
Yeah.
they keep changing the months.
The due.
I was like, when was Easter in March?
Never. It was a weird year
It's
this
a
year.
very early one. Yeah.
I mean, it's edible book day.
I saw that, and I want to know what that means.
I do too.
Is it like edible underwear?
I mean, I've heard
For
about eating
sapiosexuals?
paste, but I don't know about paper.
Well,
But
Yeah, well, it says
it depends
um,
what kind of paper.
It's a book festival celebrated on April 1st. It was first celebrated in 2000 after Judith A. Hofberg and Beatrice Coron started the event to commemorate the birthday of the famous gastronome Jean Alten. Briat Savarin. Well, I find a French
Wow.
lawyer and politician.
Gee, that
Thank
was
God.
fancy.
Psychologie
So
du goût.
French Canadian, my goodness.
Even, well, yeah, I prefer just French.
that was
It's the French
fancy.
Canadian. The psychologie du goût, mais moi, la. That's French Canadian.
Oh,
French for French is, psychologie du goût. Baisez-moi.
so maybe they make pastries that look like books. I mean, that's cute.
Okay, we're down for that. We're all into French pastries here.
Oh yes,
yeah,
yes, yes.
yeah. I'm into that. What other days do we have going for the?
Oh, in
Otherwise, I
Belgium.
swear to God, I'll pull a tarot card against your will. I swear to God, I will follow you with a tarot card.
Oh, like the guitar guy. Well, in Belgium, April 1st is known as the Day of the Innocent Children or Day of the Stupid Children. It used to be a day where parents, grandparents, and teachers would fool the children in some way, but the celebration of this day has died out in favor of April Fool's Day, where the kids fool the parents.
So the day of the
But
innocent
they're like,
children.
stop picking on the stupid children.
Well, I feel like calling it the day that's just the day of the stupid children with a better hype man to say, no, it's the innocent children, the innocent children. Spin that shit.
I love it. The day of the stupid children. That's it. But you know what? Gigi, my great grandma.
Oh, yes.
She actually wanted to say something, so I'm gonna call her right now because she was talking about she's watching the podcast.
Oh my
now.
gosh, please give her a
And
call.
Yes, we wanna hear
I'm
from
gonna
Gigi.
call her because she said that she actually knows the origin of April Fools.
Oh,
Great,
we'd love
'cause there
to
are
hear
so
from
many
her.
different
'Cause
stories.
She's 106, so she absolutely, she might know the dude that made it.
She was around. She dated the guy
she
who
dated
invented
a
it.
guy that knew a guy that might know a guy. Hold on. Here comes Gigi.
Okay.
Hello. Hello.
Oh, hi,
Hi,
Gigi.
Gigi.
You're on the LAAF podcast.
Oh, all right. Oh, y'all's in Louisiana.
Oh, Los Angeles.
Okay. I didn't know. Okay, what you talking about?
We're talking about April Fool's Day because that's what today is, April 1st.
But there's so many different things. They say it started in Rome or France or the Middle Ages. We don't know. Where did it start?
Baby, no. There's a dude down the block from me. His name is Leroy. Now, Leroy knows everything. Now, I'm 106, but Leroy is a little bit older than me. He might be about 175. I'm not really sure. But it looks like he's 60. Anyway, because black don't crack, but it do disintegrate. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, well, they say that Constantine, y'all know Constantine.
He was an emperor.
Right. Not the Constantine that has the 7-Eleven. That's a different Constantine.
Oh, he's friends with Leroy.
Yeah, he's friends with Leroy. Anyway, so Leroy told me that Constantine, it was be called the day called Hilarious.
Oh.
Hilaria.
Yeah,
From,
it was
that's from
hilarious.
Rome.
Yeah,
That's
and
from
so
Rome,
they
yeah.
say that Constantine said no, that wasn't true. What happened was Constantine, there was 3 jesters. They like comedians
With the
like-
bells?
Yeah, like Carla and
With
Jalen.
the hats.
Yeah,
The
but
hats.
they don't. Yeah, they don't wear the funny outfits. Y'all don't wear the funny outfits.
Ish.
Well, sometimes Jalen sometimes wears funny outfits, but that's another story. Anyway, the man say that they had the jesters. Constantine brought these 3 jesters in, and he says, "I want y'all to do something." And they say, "Hey, how about we have a day where you make one of us king?" He says, "Shut up." They say, "No, come on." He says, "Well, all right, well, then go. You need the hats." And they gave him the hat. And so he came to be king for a day. Oh. So that's how it started. And he said, well, it's going to be a joyous day where you do happy things for people and do tricks on people.
To make them laugh.
Yeah, it's a a giggly day, So everybody say that this is what it was. So in 1988, this man researched it. Now, he's a friend of Leroy that lived down the street from the guy by Constantine that owned the 7-Eleven next to the Apple Man. He just sells apples between Thursday and Friday, but he only sells them at 9 p.m. So anyways, I don't know what you get in your apples. Anyways, let's get back to the story.
Okay, well, I'm following you, Gigi.
I hope you're following me. I know you is. Anyways, so when we get to the thing where the man in 1988, he find the story about Constantine. Now, he tell everybody the story about Constantine. The newspaper pick it up, and they run with the story, y'all.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my gosh. It was so amazing. Everybody was talking about it, and then they find out that Leroy done lied. It had nothing to do with Constantine, and there was never no jokers.
Oh,
so it was all the April Fools.
Oh, the history of April Fools was April Fools.
It's very
Oh,
meta.
April
I have one question, Gigi. Is Leroy single?
I don't. Let me ask him. Leroy! He coming, but he only have one leg.
Oh, Carla likes
You
one
like the
leg.
older
I could work with
men
it.
with the
Yeah.
one leg?
Well, it's my target market.
Okay, well,
Thank
y'all,
you, Gigi.
I got to go because I got on the pins and I don't know how much they hold.
All righty, we'll talk to you soon. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks, Gigi.
Oh, you're so welcome. And maybe y'all should move to Louisiana because it's confusing. The LA.
I'm thinking about it. I do love New Orleans.
And what does the AF stand for?
All Fool's Day.
Yes.
Oh, that makes much sense. It's not what we thought, Leroy.
I wish I were a rich man's dog.